Hi guys, welcome to Not So Naughty channel. We are solving our 15th question from NeetCode150. It's based on longest repeating character replacement. So you are given a string S and an integer K. You can choose any character of the string and change it to any other uppercase English character. You can perform this operation at most K times, means you can replace at most K times. And you have to return the length of the longest substring containing the same letter. So you are given a string, you have to return the longest substring which has the same letter, and you can replace those letters according to your needs K times. Okay, so you have an input AB and K as 2, and now you can replace here 2 times. So you'll either replace A to B or B to A, and your output will be 4. Similarly, in the next example, you have K as 1, so you can do only one time replacement. So you can change your A to B and you'll get your length output as 4, or you can change your B to A and it's still gonna give you 4. Okay, so how will we solve this question? You can see that here we are getting the count of the letters, okay, and we are working around the counting stuff. We are storing the frequency of the letters. So let's start. Suppose your start index is here as well as your right index is here only. So you count A equal to 1. Your A count is 1. So okay, it's a valid. So you see that, okay, it's a valid string. So your, let's say, max count is 1. That's initial thing. Okay. Now you go to the next element. Okay. Okay. So you see your A count has changed to 2. So your max count will become 2. Okay, great. Now you go to the next index, which is B. So you have now the value B stored as ones in the frequency. So your max count still stays as 2 because your A is 2. Okay. And this is a valid substring because you can replace only one time. So you have your length as right, like whatever the right is, right minus left plus 1, because here your right is at the second position, your left is at the 0th position, and since you're getting the length of the substring, you are adding 1 to it. Okay, great. Now you shift your this to the next index. You come to A. Now at A, again your A frequency gets increased to 3 and your count updates to 3. Okay, no problem yet, because you are still replacing the one element and you'll get a length of 4. Great. So okay, now you move to the next element, B. Now here your B increases to 2. Your max count still stays the same, but your length becomes 5. And you see that your K is 1, but you have to replace twice. Now you can't replace twice, you're not allowed to do that. So what will you do? You'll have to shrink your window size, right? So you will move your left side to right. Okay, so this changes to this one. Now still you see that you have AB, which is not valid again, because you still have 2 replacements to do, but you're allowed only once. So what will you do here? Here you can keep a track, like say max count, like length, let's call it window length for our convenience, window length minus the max count it should be less than or equal to k. The moment this thing gets disturbed, we will have to shift the left index. Okay, so here again we see that okay, your window length is 4 now, and your max count is, now here your max count gets updated because your a has now become 2. Like, let me just put a slash here. Your a changes, your a's frequency changes to 2, so your max count becomes 2. And that is why you have 2 elements of a and 2 elements of b, and it's not valid. So again you shift your this left side to third element, which is b. Now your a's frequency has been reduced to 1, and you have 2 b's. So it's gonna be, your max count will stay as 2, but your window length will change to 3. So window length will be 3 minus 2, and that will be less than or equal to k, because your k is 1. So this is valid. So again you move your right side to the left, to the, like, you increment your right side to the next one, and you get a b. So your b again increases to 3, your max count changes to 3, and your window length becomes 4, and your max count becomes 3, which is again less than or equal to k. So it's valid till now. Okay, finally your this right side moves to the last index, and that's an a. So your a value again changes to 2, and because of that your window length has increased to 5, and your max count is still 3, which gives you 2, and 2 is not less than 1, so it's invalid. So finally you see that your length has been fixed to 4, and that's how you get your result. So we saw that we need to keep track of your count, your left and right pointers, and your length of the window. Okay, so let's start coding this. First we need to declare, say, left, which will be at our 0th index, as well as right, which will be at our 0th index. You need a dictionary to store the frequency of the letters, so let's say frequency. Then you also need the count, so max count, and you need to store the maximum length of the substring, so max length equal to 0. Great. Okay, so first we take that for right we shift the right. Okay, so for right in, say, range len of s, we store the frequencies, right? So frequency of s of right equal to 1 plus frequency dot get. We are using the get function. I have explained this function before, so just go through my videos again and look through them. So s of right comma 0. Okay, so from here you get the frequency of the letters and store it. Okay, so then you get the max count. You keep track of it by calculating the max count. So max of max count comma the current count, which is our frequency of right. Great. And you also keep track of the length, right? So max length equals to max of the maximum length, which has been initialized to 0, comma. Here you are storing the window size. So what will it be? Right minus the left plus 1. This is your current window size, current window length. Okay, great. Now we need that this condition that I told, which is very important, that your current window length minus the max count should be less than k, because k is the number of replacements and maximum count is the maximum count of the letters which are there in your current window length. So when you subtract it, it should be less than the number of replacements, or equal to, of course. So what if this thing is not satisfied? So if current window length would be your right minus left plus 1, this is your current window length. Let me keep it in the bracket. Sorry. Minus your max count. If it is greater than k, you will shift your left index by 1. So your left will be, of course, greater than or equal to 1. But before that, we will have to subtract the frequency as well. So we will decrease the frequency of the left index. So frequency s of left minus equal to 1. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you, and if you are not able to understand, just go through this video again. And finally we'll return our maximum length. Yeah, let's try running this. And the object is not iterable. Okay, I by mistakenly did a wrong initialization here. It could be either left comma right 0 comma 0. I forgot to keep a 0 here, and or you can separately write it as left equal to 0 and right equal to 0. Okay, now let's submit it. Okay, has been accepted. So feel free to ask your doubts, and yeah, ping me. Thank you. Bye.